Hi guys, just wanted to take you through what I've been doing today. Probably the last day I'll be working on an old John for quite a while. It's at a state where I think I can leave it, and it's kind of at the mixing stage, and I can do that later now. So I'm really happy with the way it's going. So what have I done today? Well, first of all, I shared the entire track with our Facebook group, which, if you're interested, get on my email subscription list. Go to mattsteady.com and find it there, and you'll get an invite to the Facebook group. Now, in there, we had a discussion about the track, and one of the things that one of my friends, Jackie, um, realised was that there's a kind of an arc on the track. So it starts off fairly quiet and builds its way up with, from pipes to fiddle on a fairly slow bit, and then it goes into the mentally quick bit and gets very exciting, and then it kind of slows back down again, and it finishes with some fiddle kind of trailing off into nothing. But what I hadn't realised was I'd started to get a bit antsy when I was playing the fiddle at the end, and actually started to bring the speed and the kind of vibe back in of getting more exciting, and actually that kind of put a kink on the end of the arc, which wasn't required. And she's absolutely right. So I've re-recorded the violin at the end, and it feels much more natural, and I'm really pleased with it. So let me just talk to you a little bit about how I'm recording the violin. So I'm using this microphone here. It's a Shure. There's normally when you record violin, you would go for a very kind of smooth sound. Um, if I wanted to make it sound like a normal kind of record, I'd actually stand quite a distance away from the microphone, um, and it would pick it up, but it would pick it up as if you're listening from a distance almost, and it kind of smooths everything out, and you all you get is the sound of the strings and the body, um, and it sounds really nice. But for this and for quite a lot of my tracks, actually, I do something different. I put the mic up right up close, within about a foot, which is actually quite difficult when you've got a bow wanging about all over the place. And what that does is it gives you a completely different sound. Um, you hear Not only do you hear the strings and the wood, you also hear the actual noise of the bow on the string. Um, so it's a different noise as well. You can hear me breathing in between notes. You can hear little bits like where the bow knocks the wood every now and again. And the sound itself is much more kind of visceral and raw and in your face, and feels much more like you're actually there listening to it, rather than being in a concert hall from 100 metres away. So it doesn't sound classical, and in a way, it doesn't sound nice. But it sounds, to me, it sounds really authentic, and I love it. So that's the kind of how I've recorded the violin on here. I think it kind of suits the folky Celtic nature. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so that's the fiddle. Then another thing I've done is I've gone and put a little bit of auto tune on the uilleann pipes. And the reason I've done that is because the uilleann pipes are never in tune. Maybe if you've been playing them for 50 years and you've got a very expensive set, you might get somewhere close. But someone once said, with the pipes, if you ever manage to get yourself in tune, that's when all your problems start, and that's because everyone will then expect it. so, so you'd kind of want the pipes to be slightly out of tune on each note, because it kind of adds to the character, and that's the instrument. But on occasion, you do get notes which are just blatantly out to the normal ear when you listen back recording. You probably might not notice them live actually, because that's just the way things are. But when you hear it back recorded to a musician, some of them are just a little bit too out to be pleasant. And so I have gone in, and on occasion where there's a note that's just too far out, I've bent it back in, because I don't want to lose the performance I've done. I like the performance, and the chances are it'd be out of tune if I did it again, because it really is more about the character and nature of the pipes as opposed to the way they're played, I think. So I've done that. So I've tidied that up nicely. The other thing that came across in the Facebook group was, and I kind of knew this already, really, was that where I've got the violin and the pipes and the electric guitar all playing in unison, they weren't actually very in unison, and a lot of that is just because it's just darn hard. To be honest, I'm playing right at the edge of my limits on the guitar and the pipes and the violin, because it's so quick. And so no, they're not perfectly in step, and you wouldn't want them to be, because it wouldn't be like that if you're in a live session. But I have gone and I have changed some of the times, just tweaked them here or there in the software, just so that they don't jar. You want it to sound authentic, but you don't want it to sound out of time and jarring. So there's a couple of places there where I've just tweaked things, and it's gelling together quite a lot more. Where the lead guitar comes in, and I spent ages practicing and recording that, making sure I could play it quick enough. I'm not convinced. It feels like it needs something there, but the guitar part there coming in, it's just, to me, it's not gelling yet. So I'm going to sleep on it and have a think. It maybe I take that out. Not sure. I kind of quite liked it because it added a bit of something that wasn't just purely traditional Irish in there. It gave something, just a bit of a different character in there. So, but that's good. But where the crunch guitar comes in with the chords, I've toned that down a little bit, but that sounds great. And I've recorded some bass to go with it. And so halfway through that fast part, the whole thing comes in. Boom! And to really get that working, I've got some timpani playing on there. Boom, 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 boom. Brilliant. So that's coming in, and it just absolutely kicks off halfway through the fast part now, and I'm absolutely loving that. That's brilliant. So I've talked to Mickey, and at some point in the future we're going to put some proper barring on there, his drums, so that's going to be awesome because mine's pretty poor on there. I played it on my keyboard, of course. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, but there's no rush on that. So really, it's pretty much there. It needs a few tweaks, but I don't think it needs anything else recording. So I'm going to file it under ready to be mixed, along with the other track that we did, the simplest test. Oh, I had to think about that. And so I'll start looking at the next song, which I think is going to be Black Dog. So that one's going to be a lot more rocky. Lots of crunchy guitars, slightly more rocky vocals as well, if I can work out how to do them. I'm really looking forward to that one because I haven't done too many tracks quite like that, and I've kind of got a vision in my head of what I want it to sound like, and it could be really fun. It's going to be a bit of a learning experience, this one, I think. Yeah, something new. So yeah, that should be good fun. Okay, so if you're in the Facebook group, I'm again going to post up a link to the entire thing so you can hear it. But yeah, comment below, let me know what you think, and look forward to speaking to you. Bye.